She became second world leader to give birth while in office. She hosted coronavirus Q&A from home after putting child to bed. She declared New Zealand virus victory. She joined gay pride parade. She used to be a DJ. Some say she has been honest, concise, and empathetic. Jacinda Ardern is currently serving her second term as the 40th Prime Minister of New Zealand since 2017. New Zealand went to the polls in October 2020. Surprisingly, Jacinda Ardern won second term in landslide election victory. Results indicated that Ardern's party has won 50.01% of the vote, meaning her party scored the highest result that any party has achieved since the current political system was introduced in 1996. That is a remarkable achievement for her. After all, she is only 40. Many events have happened since she took office. How did Jacinda Ardern achieve the biggest victory for her party? What has she contributed for the past 3 years? Let me unpack that for you. To understand how Jacinda Ardern won second term by a historic landslide, we need to first discuss the political system in New Zealand. New Zealand has general election every 3 years, but citizens do not directly vote for the country's leader. Instead, people vote only for the parties and electorates. New Zealand uses the mixed member proportional voting system to elect its parliament. On the left side of the ballot, New Zealanders choose a party. This vote decides the share of the seats which each of the parties listed below will have in parliament. The second vote is for local representative. Eventually, who gets to become the government is basically whichever party can get a majority. If none of the parties has enough to reach more than 50%, they must negotiate with each other about their plans until a combination of the parties has more than half of seats. So after the 2020 election, Jacinda Ardern's party won 65 seats, enough for a majority government. It was the first time that a party has won enough seats to govern alone since 1996. What is it that makes Ardern such an exceptional leader? Here is what she did. March 15, 2019, 2 consecutive mass shootings occurred at mosques in a terrorist attack in Christchurch, which killed at least 49 people. The incident was the deadliest in modern New Zealand history. Thus, Ardern insisted on tightening its gun laws, banning semi-automatic firearms, magazines, and parts. The most significant change is the new firearms registry, which license holders will be required to update as they buy or sell guns. Following the incident, Ardern has shown a determination to change gun laws and a deep empathy with the families of the victims and the Muslim community. 2020 will surely be remembered of the coronavirus pandemic, which is far from over. Preventing the spread of the coronavirus has become a giant headache for world leaders. According to Ministry of Health New Zealand, the country has managed to keep coronavirus down. So, what is their secret? In the early stage of the outbreak, Jacinda Ardern determinedly closed New Zealand borders to foreign nationals, stressing government puts people first in fighting the virus.
Protecting New Zealanders from COVID-19 is our number one priority. To do that, we need to slow it down.
Beginning on 25th March, the alert level was moved to level 4, putting the country into a nationwide lockdown. Many people need to stay at home. Schools and universities will be closed, as well as non-essential business. But essential services will be open at all alert levels. By doing so, New Zealand has managed to control the pandemic rapidly and effectively. I know lots of people disagree with New Zealand's approach to controlling the virus, but it was necessary. Effectively, New Zealanders regard Jacinda Ardern as a leader who is respectable. Let's take a look at News Hub leaked research poll. The results indicated that the popularity of Ardern's Labour Party rose to 60.9%. Well, approval ratings speak for themselves. Ardern announced she and other lawmakers will be taking a 20% pay cut for the next 6 months, solidarity with those affected by the coronavirus. Just 7 weeks before the general election, Ardern assumed the position of leader of the Labour Party, following the resignation of Andrew Little. Initially, the public considered Jacinda Ardern as an outsider. Shortly, she was thrown. A question is hard to believe was still being asked for politicians in 2017.
Question this is, and I think is a legitimate question for New Zealand, because she could be the Prime Minister running this country. She has our best interests at heart, so we need to know these things. If you're an employer of a company, you need to know that type of thing from the women that you're employing, because legally, you have to give them maternity leave. So therefore the question is it okay for a PM to take maternity leave?
You know, can you do this job? Do you want kids? What about this whole question about, work and babies and families? I find this an inappropriate question.
For me, no, because I opened myself up to it. But for other women, it is totally unacceptable in 2017 to say that women should have to answer that question in the workplace.
But this is my
that is
point.
unacceptable.
No,
It is unacceptable
Okay.
in 2017. It is a woman's decision about when they choose to have children. It should not predetermine whether or not they are given a job or have job opportunity.
In a word of instant outrage, the ensuing spark propelled the story of her promotion to front pages worldwide, raising her profile and burnishing the outsider status, which fired up Labour's election campaign. When Ardern was first elected in 2017, she pledged to reduce child poverty, build more public housing, tackle income and wealth inequality. Yet, there's been no significant change in the number of children living in material hardship. Ardern has made a lot of promises, but can she deliver on them? Moreover, many people lost their job as a consequence of economic depression. By September 2020, the unemployment rate had risen to 5.3%. Clearly, there are lots of problems to sort out. But there is no doubt that Ardern manages to punch well above her weight, considering New Zealand GDP, size and population. So what do you think of Jacinda Ardern? Leave your thoughts on the comment below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. See you next time.